All right, so a little bit of a last-minute topic change, which I don't mind. I
Yeah.
think I think it's gonna fit well with the theme of the season, regardless. No, but today we're talking about dreams, which may come as sudden. I mean, I don't know if, which may come as sudden, but however, this is a topic we both feel more comfortable in talking, and I think we have more of amount of experiences we can share about this topic.
I also think that there's just more to explore in talking about dreams. I mean, we can talk about lucid dreams, nightmares, the meaning of dreams, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, there are people out there that have very, very similar dreams. Like, people will have the same dream, which we'll get into all of that. We were gonna do cults. We did record part of an episode, but we just felt that there wasn't enough content for us to...
It didn't feel like it had the oomph.
No. So we thought a last minute change, and we'd go with the topic that we kind of went on a tangent on in the original recording. So kind of, yeah, we know it works.
Yeah. Oh my god, that voice crack was horrendous.
Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah.
No, you were talking about people having the same dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one guy that appears in everybody's dreams. I'm not sure.
Are we on about the guy with the monobrow?
I think. Hold on, let me look it up because
Okay.
I know. The guy in everyone's dreams. Yep. Okay, so here, I'm going to share my screen with you now.
Okay.
I was quite creeped out about it at first, but
I've never seen him.
Yeah, neither have I. So it kind of begs the question, like...
It is creepy, though.
Yeah, it's like... I feel left out almost. I'm not sure.
I know. Why hasn't he picked us? Is there something wrong with us?
Yeah, I wonder if this guy's real, just, like, walking around the world somewhere, just, like... You know what I mean? Just out of, like... We talked about having a clone. This guy's just in everybody's dream, and they don't know about it.
Maybe
you know
he's
what I mean?
some sort of, like, time dream traveler or something.
Huh. Yeah, every night, all over the world, hundreds of people see this face in their dreams.
Every night?
Yeah. If this man appears in your dreams too, or if you have any information that can help us identify him, please contact us.
Identify him? It's like a genuine, like, if you have seen this man, please.
There's a website? Oh my god. There's a whole website for it. Alright. That's going a little bit too deep. It's not even a secure website. They probably have all my information now.
Yeah.
No, but oh god, there's one with James Charles' face over it. Closing Twitter, closing everything. Google Chrome is now closed. All the little kids' nightmares, maybe.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Shit. Kind of a... I had to go in there for a second.
So, I mean, you've seen, you haven't seen that man in your dreams, but have you seen this kind of, like, shadow man that people also claim to see in their dreams quite a lot?
Shadow man?
Yeah,
like
so this really tall, just shadowy figure with, like, a fedora.
Huh.
Let me show you a picture.
Slender Man's older cousin.
Now, this is creepy, this one. Like...
Oh, no,
like
yeah.
this.
If I saw something like that in my dreams, I would probably wake up crying.
A lot of people have claimed to have seen...
What is that, the fucking
these
emperor?
Sort of shadow people in their dreams, or often when they get sleep paralysis. Have you ever had sleep paralysis before?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, my housemate has had it a lot. Corey, when he goes home, he gets sleep paralysis. He's yet to have it here, but he wants to try and see if he can get it again. But and my other housemate, we're just like, that sounds scary. Why would you want to put yourself through that?
Yeah, why would you want to have it? Like,
yeah.
Sleep paralysis is a state when you're awake but can't move, right?
Yeah, But, like, often because you're still you're not fully awake yet, you see things.
Oh, like
people
you hallucinate?
often, like, as in, like, you'll be there, you'll be just, like, your eyes will be open, you can't move, but, like, there will be, like, I don't know, some sort of creature. Some people have, like, shadow people hovering over them. This
no.
one, Corey had something hovering over him once, and he tried to swing for it, but obviously he couldn't move. So he tried
that
to
would be
spit
like
at
the
it,
gut
and he
reaction
ended
to,
up
like...
spitting on himself.
Wait, what happened?
He tried to spit on it. He ended up just spitting on himself because he couldn't move. So it's just, yeah.
God. See, I wonder if it's something to do with the mind, because I don't know if you've ever tried it, but I'm able to, like, if I'm laying still sometimes, this may come off as weird, but, like, I'll just, like, act like I can't move. Like,
On
I don't
purpose?
know what it is. Yeah, on purpose. Like, see if it, like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know what it is. I used to do it a lot as a kid, but I would just lay there and, like, not act like I was dead or anything, but, like, I don't know. I just convinced myself in my mind that, like, I couldn't move my arms or anything. And I would just, like, try to, like... Now I feel like an idiot, but... I don't know. It was super weird. And it was genuine because I couldn't move my hands or my arms, but...
But, like, when you stopped thinking about it, you could move your hands and arms, right?
Right. When I stopped thinking about it. It's like, if I thought about it hard enough, I couldn't move. But if I stopped thinking about it, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, that's just you making the conscious decision to not move your muscles.
I mean, but it felt
you
like...
don't have control anymore.
Huh.
That's just your muscles being fully relaxed. You're not constricting in any way.
Huh. So I wonder... Oh, I'm an idiot.
Because you can still feel your hands. And the fact that you have hands, even though you're not moving them, you can feel them, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't remember. I haven't, like, occasionally tried it. You know what I mean? It's like...
Well, I'm trying to do it with my arms now. What do? Just sit and think, I can't move my arms.
Yeah, and it gets like I have a tingling feeling in my hand when I do it. It's like a slight pain almost. It's kind of weird.
Feels like gravity's really pulling at it. Like there's almost something tugging my hand down. Like there's resistance each way, so it's just kind of there. I don't know.
Super weird. Not weird, but for me it was weird. I wouldn't want to have sleep paralysis though. Oh my goodness.
No, sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis seems horrifying. I don't know if you saw. I found some creatures, some examples of some people's sleep paralysis demons drawn. So,
drawn. Oh, people go to like what do you call it? People go to I don't know what would you call them? I guess trained professionals about this stuff. Ooh.
This is a pretty cool comic about it, but like that's kind of how the experience is apparently. This looks horrifying.
Yeah, I would not want that to happen to me.
Like seeing all of these sorts of things, any of these things would scare me.
Yeah, I used to grow up fearing like all sorts of shit, so I know that's probably what would just appear. Is it a state you can wake yourself up from, or is it just like you have to you play it out? I wonder.
I think you just have to wait until you can move again, because you're aware when it's happening, because people remember it.
God, that would be awful.
How to get out of sleep paralysis. Also, there are some methods to get out of sleep paralysis, apparently.
There's methods to get into it as well, I've heard. And it raised my curiosity, but I would never bring it upon myself.
I want to try lucid dreaming, but I don't want sleep paralysis. Lucid
Is that what
dreaming,
it causes?
No, but I I just think lucid dreaming would be cool because you know like I just fly around.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of things I'd do in a lucid dream. But sleep paralysis, so can be caused by stress and anxiety, lack of sleep, sleeping on your back, narcolepsy, or use of medications. Symptoms of an oncoming sleep paralysis episode includes buzzing in ears, exploding head syndrome, body vibrations, loud ringing in ears, rushing wind noise, pounding in the head. What's exploding head syndrome?
Yeah, my eyes got so big when you said that. I'm like, what?
Exploding head syndrome includes rapid heart rate, headache, sweating, fearfulness, agitation or anxiety, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, daytime fatigue, mild memory impairment.
Me every day.
It's a sleep
God.
disorder that causes people to hear loud noises when they transition in and out of sleep.
See, for the longest time, I used to panic when I woke up. I don't know why. I would just wake up and I would, like, sit up and, like, I would breathe real heavy, and I'm like, I don't know.
Even if, like, weird. You weren't waking up from anything weird?
Yeah, I would just I would wake up and immediately sit up real fast, and I don't know why. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just, like I said, anxiety or something, but I'm not totally sure. If I'm being honest.
Sometimes I wake up wishing I could just back to sleep like that. Because sometimes I get woken up. I either subconsciously I wake up, or I get woken up by something midway through a really good dream, and I'm like,
Have you ever been able to get back into a dream?
No.
See, I have, and everyone else. See, it was weird because there were other people in the dream, right? Mm-hmm. And I woke up and, like, I wanted to get back in, so I was like, I'll go back to sleep, and I went back into the dream, but everything was different. I'm not sure exactly of the dream itself. Like, I'm not sure what was going on. Mm-hmm. I just remember people being like, people knew that I was fake almost or something. That's what it felt like. People knew that other people knew I was dreaming and it wasn't real.
See, I've heard a lot of stories about this, and I'm so glad you bring it up. And this is something apparently to do with lucid dreaming. But if you, like, become aware mid-dream that you're dreaming, and you ask the people around you in your dream if this is a dreaming, or that, like, am I dreaming or something like that.
Well, see, they got mad at me.
They freak out. Like, they get real mad. Yeah. I keep seeing this on TikTok about like, people in your dreams getting mad when you ask if, like, this is a dream. I'm
getting goosebumps. It really freaked me out, though. Like, it was the one time, and I haven't been able to do it since, because I've tried before to get back into the dream state, but I've only been able to put myself in a dream, not put myself back in a dream.
So let's go to Reddit. The dream characters ever get mad when you're lucid? This morning I started to suspect I was dreaming and started asking the people in the room where they were at. They were dodgy and kept throwing out street and highway names. I was like, no, like, what is the name of the town that we're in? One of the people threw out their name, but it sounded fake. I've heard a lot of people describe dream characters becoming upset or acting erratic when you reveal your lucidity to them. I've spectated quite a bit myself about what it might be. One of the possible explanations is that these reactions are manifestations of your own expectations. The way you would expect them to react is how they will react. So just by you posting this, you can indirectly influence people's dreams to include dream characters that react in an unpredictable way due to them having seen this post.
Really?
Interesting.
Wow. Huh. Interesting. See,
maybe
my parents used to tell me, my mom specifically used to tell me growing up that we could control what happens in our dreams. Like, you can do whatever you want in a dream. And I didn't understand it until I was able to, like I don't know, it was faint and subconscious, but like I would do things that interest me. Like I wouldn't directly be aware that I was dreaming, but in my dreams I would do things that interest me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't remember many of them, which unfair to me, but I mean, I do have like that faint like feeling that I know that I have. You know what I mean? It's
Lucid
like,
dreamed.
yeah. And I know I have before because God, it's been like we were talking about earlier. I've made myself aware that I know I'm dreaming. Like things happen to the extreme matter. Like I know I'm dreaming, and I put a stop to it. Like I check it again. It never happened, and then I wake up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because like it gets so bad in my dreams sometimes. Like it's not nightmares, but they're just bad dreams, and it's like it can get so bad that I have to make sure it's not real. Like I have to make sure to make myself aware it's not real. Like, okay, you're dreaming, but let's make sure this isn't real.
Yeah.
Which is a super weird feeling to wake up from. It's caused me many of migraines in the past couple of weeks.
I can imagine. So, yeah, from what I was reading on this Reddit, a lot of people do have these sort of experiences, though. One example, I was fighting a dude wearing a low-cost Spider-Man costume. At this moment, I was like, why is he not dying? After I stuck a blade into his face 5 times. Boom, I tell myself I'm dreaming. At the exact same time, I got lucid. His friend said, no, you're not, and killed me by shooting me in the back, waking me up instantly.
Oh my god.
I asked this blue alien in my lucid dream if he's an actor, and he grabbed my face and got real close and said, you are terrified of her, and my dream ended. What the hell?
What? That's crazy.
That's so
terrified
strange.
of who, I wonder?
Even the person that commented it doesn't know.
Huh. See, I wonder if that's like a sense of like deep insecurity or something. Who knows? It maybe you're relating to something they don't even remember truly.
Maybe. But yeah, it's common for people to feel some sort of hostility from their dream characters when they become aware of a lucid dreaming.
It's terrifying.
Apparently there are dangerous sides to lucid dreaming. Oh, never mind. This is all clickbait.
The short answer is no. I just read that with you.
Dangers of lucid dreaming: experiencing realistic feelings such as sadness, pain, or anxiety. Difficulties to recognize what is real and what is a dream. Using lucid dreams to escape reality. Experiencing sleep paralysis. Okay, so sleep paralysis is, I guess, kind of linked then. Feeling mentally exhausted after a lucid dream. Experiencing a lucid nightmare. But surely, how could any lucid dream truly be a nightmare if you are in control? Because then surely you would just be like, oh, this is a dream. Boom. The problem gone. Fixed.
I mean, I guess, but every dream I've had, if I've tried to change something major, it like ends the dream. Like it breaks reality for me. Like if I try to change the setting or like if I try like say it's a daytime, if I try to change it to night, it breaks reality for me and I realize I start to wake up. It's super weird. Have you lucid dreamed?
No, I don't think I have, but I would like to try it. Just like as a one-off thing, you know? Just to say that I've done it and to just experience like what the hype's about. Because obviously I get very vivid dreams naturally. When I dream and I remember them, they're always just really bizarre or interesting. Like they're never boring. They're always very like imaginative. And so I feel like I would be good at lucid dreaming if I knew how to do it or if my brain let me do it. But I've never experienced it.
See,
And
I was going to look
apparently techniques though.
See, that's what I was about to get into. There are techniques to get into it. I don't want to look them up though, because like something like that, I would be scared would mess it up. And I mean, it may be a stupid fear, but like just like the Reddit post suggests, just reading that could influence what people think in your dreams. So I mean, it's a very, I don't guess it's a butterfly effect type of thing, but like something very small could affect you on a major scale, if that makes sense.
Sure, but I feel like if you're in control, then I mean, can you really mess things up that bad? Because then you would just be subconsciously messing things up, which I don't know. I feel like if you go in with the intention of doing it, then you wouldn't necessarily be subconsciously sabotaging it. I don't know. That's just me. Also, I don't know. I feel like I would probably laugh if people started getting weird with me in my dream, or I'd try to like beef them. I'd try to start drama. Like, why are you being like this? Don't start arguing with me. Just like dream version of whoever, and I'm like,
just start an argument.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your dream. You can do whatever you want.
There are two. I mean, there are a lot of techniques. Apparently, there are two like main like differences in technique. A dream initiated lucid dream where you're dreaming naturally and then it hits you, oh, I'm dreaming, or a wake induced lucid dream where you induce the dreaming state directly from a waking state.
So like, interesting. Have you ever been able to like start dreaming, just like this? Or does that just come to you naturally? Just like,
what do you mean?
Like, just start. I don't know. Start dreaming, like being able to have a dream. Like, I don't know.
Plan a dream.
Not plan it, but like, I don't know. Me, I like to dream. I want to dream. So like, I guess, and in the transition from wake to sleep, I'll tell myself, hey, I want to dream. I don't know. It may be super weird, but it's worked.
I don't tell myself to dream. I just, I just go to sleep and I hope that I have a dream. I mean, maybe I should start doing that. Maybe that will work because I haven't had
I did
a dream
it once
in a
or
while.
twice, but that was the only time. It was very like seldom, and like they were very short dreams at that.
Oh.
So,
when I was younger, this is gonna sound really, really bizarre, right? But like I used to have this like dream state almost before I was like asleep, and it was like a DVD menu, and I got to almost pick my dreams in a catalog in my head, and I could visualize it. I could visualize myself scrolling through.
Huh. That's interesting. Oh.
And so I would sometimes like in that sense I could have the dreams I wanted to have, but they weren't like lucid dreams because I still didn't know when I was dreaming that I was dreaming, but I just like almost kind of picking the theme of my dream before it happened. But yeah.
That's wild. That's actually kind of cool though.
Yeah, I have not been able to do it since I was very, very young, but I just remember being able to do it. I thought it was normal. And I was thinking to myself, does everyone not get a menu? A scroll down menu with a remote to just, go through?
No one else gets a DVD player?
No.
Yeah, what I mean?
Me.
Oh, okay. See, that reminds me of, like, that would give me such a feeling of nostalgia almost, I guess. If, like, does it come to you back of your mind if you, like, ever see, like, an old... Alright, it's gonna diverge a little bit off the topic, but...
It's all good.
On TikTok, there's those videos that's, like, or pictures from your childhood you should remember or something, and it's, like, these weird, desolate, empty rooms. Some's from a mall, cafeteria, a schoolroom, and see, I feel nostalgia to that because I don't know why. I mean, I've seen them all empty. I've been in some of the places, like, they look relatively similar to some of the places I've been in my life, but they're not directly the same, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. Have you seen those videos before?
I have, but usually it's like generic British things. Less like an empty mall and more like this food that got discontinued. Or this TV, like a screenshot from a TV show, or like maybe like a primary school auditorium or like a school hall where we would all sit, or at least in my school, because it was a religious school, even though I wasn't religious. It was just a Church of England school, which quite a lot of them usually are when you're younger. Right. And I was sat, my legs crossed, and just singing hymns. That wasn't uncommon.
They have that eerie music in the background too, and it creates that like feeling of uneasiness, and I don't know. It's like a feeling of how would I describe that? A feeling of remembering almost. It's super, super strange. Those videos touch into like not dark, but like a very deep place in the mind almost, like things you don't remember almost. You know what I mean?
No.
No? You don't know what I mean?
I don't think we're on about the same kind of video here at all.
I'll try to find one if I can later, but like, interesting.
Yeah, because I thought you were just on about like a bunch of just screenshots of like things from your childhood that you might remember. Not
necessarily. It's
no. Okay, never mind. Yeah. We're not on about the same thing.
Just having a comment, trying to relate two conversations on the same topic that have nothing to do with each other.
It happens. Have you ever had like one of those generic dreams? Oh wait, no. Have you ever had a dream where you're like or not a dream necessarily, but you're in this sort of state between asleep and awake fully, and it kind of feels like you're swinging back and forth on a swing or something like that?
God,
do you get that too? I always
feeling.
wake up shit scared that I've just fallen out of the bed because I fell off the swing. And then I'm like in the middle of my bed and I'm like, oh bro, I just freaked myself out for nothing.
I used to have that feeling a lot more when I was younger. But yeah.
I stopped having them when I becoming an adult. I don't have them anymore.
Right?
They sucked, man. They sucked.
I hated that feeling because have you ever fell out of the bed?
I haven't actually fell out of the bed before.
Right.
But I've felt like I've fallen out of the bed. Just in a half asleep state in the middle of my bed.
God. So I guess maybe it doesn't have nothing to do with that, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Have you ever subconsciously noticed your head bobbing back and forth? Like just slowly.
In what way?
Like you're not necessarily asleep, but like sometimes I'll be sitting here and I'll just realize my head's going like this sometimes. Maybe it's because I'm really tired or something, but usually it's like a subconscious,
like side to side or back and forth, like
yeah,
that,
like I'm just
or...
like I'm just slowly doing this and I can tell, like I'm barely moving, or it's like you see like oh my god, I'm gonna sound so stupid, but I can hear my heartbeat through my throat, stuff like that. It's almost like it's there always, but I'm just like barely noticing it, type of thing. And that's kind of what it's like to like.
That's made me really aware of the fact that I can feel my pulse in my throat.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
I've never thought about that before, but now I'm thinking about it and I don't like it.
See, like you can't feel your own pulse, but like in certain moments you can feel like your heartbeat in your finger, like your fingers going ba-bump, ba-bump. Like that's what it feels like. It's going back and forth.
Yeah, or like the temples.
Right, but it's not. So that's, I guess, what it feels like when, like, my head's swaying back and forth slowly. It's not that, though. Like, it's not moving at all, but it feels like it is. Yeah, so, I don't know. It's frustrating.
I've never experienced that before. Is that in, like, a half-asleep state, or just in general?
most of the times that I feel like my head swaying is when I'm tired or like I've been doing something for so long.
Is that not just your brain subconsciously telling you, hey, whoa, dude, take a time out?
Maybe, but like, maybe, probably. More likely, but that's just what it feels like in the moment. Bringing in different things to relate it to. But no, we're talking about how it just doesn't stay with, how it isn't with us anymore. Like the feeling of swaying on a swing or something. I'm glad it's gone, but I want to know why it's gone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to find like how many people or how common it is to actually feel like this in the first place. Would you describe it as the feeling of falling as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd say that's
hypnic
fair.
jerk, also known as a boogie jerk, is a normal reaction that can be caused by anxiety, caffeine, a dream, or discomfort of sleeping. A hypnic jerk is the feeling triggered by a sudden muscle twitch causing the feeling of falling while sleeping or dreaming. Interesting. So, why is a hypnic jerk more common in, or less common in adults, I guess? I can't seem to find anything that sort of links the two, age and hypnic jerk, in any way, which is strange. But it's bizarre that we both don't really experience them anymore. Have you experienced any in the last like year? I think I've experienced one.
I think if we're relating it to the feeling of falling, I've had multiple dreams of me falling, but
like on a swing and then you like jolt up because you feel like you've fallen out of the bed or something.
Then no.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Have you ever had a feeling? All right, everyone's had to. They say everyone's had this dream at least once, but like you're falling through a cliff or falling through a canyon or whatever, and just when you wake up, you hit the ground. Like you hit the ground, you wake up. You haven't?
No, because I really don't like heights, and the thought of jumping out of a plane or doing something like that terrifies me. So I feel like I would have remembered a dream that would be so traumatic to me.
Yeah,
but no,
I don't
I've
blame you.
never had a dream of like just falling excessively.
Ugh.
That would be a horrid dream. I can't imagine how horrible that would be. Because
Yeah.
I can only imagine how it'd feel just getting closer to the bottom, thinking, I'm going to fucking die.
Fair enough. Growing up, I like to say I was 8 or 9, maybe younger, but I remember having it for the first time. I jumped out of bed once I hit. I was spectating myself in third person though, and like, strangely enough, it was like, have you ever played a mobile game? You have the two walls, and it's like you're hopping up and down them, like with like a ninja or something, and like you're going side to side. Yeah. Right. That's what the dream felt like. Like I was spectating myself in that view. I could see the sky. I had a tube canyon right here, and there was the ground. Right. It was real life though. It wasn't animated. It wasn't 3D. It wasn't 2D. And yeah, it was just super terrifying. I remember bolting down the stairs, going straight to my dad. I'm like, what just happened? He was like explaining to me how you'll have a dream of you're falling sometimes, and yeah, I remember being terrified to go to sleep the next night. Like, I don't want to have that dream anymore.
Did you ever experience sleepwalking or sleep talking as a child?
Yeah.
A sleepwalker, talker, or both?
Both.
Me too.
I think it's terrifying. I honestly think it's terrifying. I
would always get told funny stories. Apart from this one instance, and it really freaked my mum out. And the thing is, I remember it.
You remember sleepwalking?
Like, I was half asleep. And I was saying these words, and I remember saying them. Like, either that or I can just visualize really well it happening. But I wasn't saying them, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't choosing to speak. So it must have been my half asleep brain sort of going. But
Oh my god.
this one time my dad was out somewhere, I think working late or maybe having drinks or something, and I walk into my parents' room, and it was after I had been put to bed. I was quite young. I was still in primary school. And I go, "Where's mum? I need to talk to mum." I'm looking dead ass at my mum while I'm saying this, like, "Where's mum? No, where's my mum? I need to talk to my mum." And it was the most bizarre thing ever.
Wow. I'm sure that freaked her out.
Yeah, it freaked her out. And then there's another occasion where I slept, walked and talked, and I went into the lounge, and apparently I was talking about carrots on a roller coaster.
Carrots?
Doing this. Yeah, carrots.
Oh, never mind. Huh.
What about you?
Odd.
Any funny stories or just weird stories from sleepwalking talking?
See, I had a friend and we stayed on call a lot, and oftentimes we'd fall asleep. And there's plenty of instances, I'm sure they could tell you plenty of stories of the crazy shit I would say in my sleep. I remember vividly waking up one time, and like I remember saying, I was like asking a question, I'm like, what the fuck am I remember I woke up and like, what the fuck am I saying? And they're like, what? And I'm like,
you woke yourself up to be like, yo, dude, shut up.
Yeah, I was like, just ignore me. I was like, I'm sleep talking. Like, just roll back over and whatever. But no, yeah, I remember. So as a kid, we had, for Little League, which was our baseball organization or whatever.
Yeah.
We had chocolate. We were supposed to give out chocolate and stuff, right? And we had it downstairs in a basket that we were going to around and sell it to our neighbors the next day. And I woke up one morning with chocolate all over my face. Like there was dry chocolate on my face, like under my eyes, on my chin, on my lips. It was everywhere. And I went downstairs the next morning. Mom was like, "Did you get in the chocolate?" I'm like, "No, why?" And she's like, "You have chocolate all over your face." And there was a candy wrapper in my bed. I have no memory of going to get that. It was downstairs and I was upstairs. I walked down the stairs, cut it open. There were scissors laying in the basket, and got a chocolate. It was a Hershey bar. I remember it so vividly.
Chocolate Hershey's.
Yep. I walked downstairs to get a chocolate Hershey. I'm not even kidding you. It was the most weird thing in my life. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. I just had to pay for the chocolate bar. Man has priorities. Okay. Men only think about one thing.
My Hershey's.
I didn't.
That's interesting. Any anything weird that you would ever said during sleep talking?
So outside, no, not anything like bizarre like your encounter, but
not light. Yeah, okay.
I have caught myself, me and my sister, well, what was this? I have found myself walking out of my room asleep and waking up as I'm walking out of my room. And my sister's caught me doing it a few times. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, and I wake up and I'm like, "I don't know." And I'll just turn back around.
Out of bed.
Yeah, I'll just shut the door. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how'd I get out of bed? It's like, God, super weird, super weird.
See,
I attempt to sleepwalk.
My housemate also sleepwalks, which makes me think that it's like, it must be more common than we think.
I mean, I don't know. Have you ever seen videos from like house cameras of people sleepwalking with their eyes like wide open?
But that terrifies me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
or like just the thought of people like sleeping with their eyes open. Like, I couldn't imagine one day I'm just like rolling over and there's just a woman dead ass eyes like this. Like, I would freak the hell out. I'd be like, get out of my bed, go home.
Pushing you out, just leave.
I'll take the sofa. I ain't sleeping in this situation where you're staring at me like that. I wouldn't be able to close my eyes.
I don't. People do it casually too. I don't understand.
Sleeping with their eyes open. I don't understand how they can just ignore all of the sensory
light?
going on. Like, there's just so much, you know? There's lights and people and things. Like, how can you just block it out like that while still being able to see?
See, I wonder if you all right. So, have you lived in a place so long you can walk with your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Right. So, it's almost like, I don't know. It's strange because it's like, I don't know. I'm getting freaked out thinking about it. But like, imagine doing. I'm not sure. Like, you're somewhere you don't know, right? Say you move into a new house, and like you just start sleepwalking with your eyes open because you know that you don't know the place well enough subconsciously. That's, I think, what would freak me out. Like, if you were,
you'd be asleep, so you still wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, like well, you're right. Huh.
Otherwise, they would just be walking.
So then what the hell's the point with your sleepwalking with your eyes open? Why do people do it?
I've never seen people sleepwalk with their eyes open before.
You haven't?
No.
Oh. Well, that's what I was saying. There's all kinds of videos online of people like walking with their eyes open. It makes no sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Lack of sleep or fatigue can cause sleepwalking episodes. Sleepwalking is very common in children. It may also run in the family. So if you or your partner sleepwalks, then your child is more likely to sleepwalk.
Huh.
So, my God, it's another weird thing that my kids one day get to inherit from me.
Yeah, have fun with that. Take my carpal tunnel, my rheumatoid arthritis, and my sleepwalking.
Epilepsy risk, bad eyesight, and everything else.
Yeah, so I love how they have it described as like you're a zombie, with your arms wide.
Nobody does this.
Nobody does.
Nobody
that.
has the energy to do this while they're asleep.
See, the people that sleepwalk with their eyes open. There's a video right here of a girl doing it. She's like in a dazed state. Like, she's, like, constantly blinking and looking around, like, at the floor.
Is this, like, girl on TikTok and she records herself, like, just doing random things in her lounge while she sleepwalks?
And she's no, it's a different video.
She's talking to people and just, like, it's really random.
No, this is a 19 by 1080 video, so.
Yeah.
I hate people that do it in, like, the night, or what do you call it?
Night vision.
I hate night vision. It makes everything that much more creepier.
Oh, because it's black and white.
Yeah, we had a camera on some land at one point. It was our land, and
yeah.
What was it? Deer would run through the fields, and we had an infrared camera, not infrared, but night vision, a camera with night vision on it. That's right. And I remember seeing the picture for the first time. It was a coyote, and it looked terrifying because its eyes were lit up. Like, ugh, I don't know. Stuff like that just gives me the heebie-jeebies, I guess you would call it.
Sleep talking. Sorry to cut you off. Sleep talking. Also very common in children. 50% of children are told to have sleep talking, or told to sleep talk, whereas 5% of adults do it.
I mean, it wouldn't. I guess I thought on it too much, or somebody was talking real scripted. I guess, or scripted.
I don't understand how you just stop. Like, why don't I sleepwalk anymore? Yeah. Why don't you sleepwalk anymore?
Same thing with, like, that feeling of swinging.
Yeah.
Like, why do we stop?
It must be, well, a lot of these things say it's caused by fatigue and lack of sleep, but I feel like I slept pretty good as a kid. If anything, I feel tired now. I feel more tired now than I did as a kid, so that doesn't make any sense.
My sleep schedule has been a declining thing since a teenager.
Sometimes I'll run days on like 2 hours sleep.
Thank you.
Or no hours sleep. Like,
the bags are
I'm not
pretty,
sleepwalking. Yeah, we won't look at the bags.
Bags are pretty prominent. I think you can tell, but like, I don't know. It's super. Like I mentioned earlier, maybe it has to do with the stage of development of the brain.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I know that you don't stop technically fully developing until like 25, but I honestly don't think I'm developing like up here or just in general anymore. Like I honestly think this is my final form.
Your
and I don't know how
form?
and I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Hmm.
Like, you know, if I want to get like if another like puberty glow up could happen in the next couple of years, like give me a couple more inches on my height, and that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I just want to be a bit taller. That'd be great.
Fair enough.
I'm sure.
I mean, I never really thought of it like that, honestly. Presents a new idea, like a new way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, people often love to talk about how when people stop developing or people stop growing or people yada yada yada. But like, I think it depends on the person, really. Like you can generalize it.
Yeah.
You can definitely generalize, but you know what I mean? Because I mean, I haven't had a growth spurt since I was 16. I'm 18 now. So, like,
yeah.
I haven't grown any.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't grown really since secondary school either.
So,
since
like,
I was like 16. So,
yeah. On my driver's license, it says I'm 6'2", and I'm still 6'2". So, like,
your driver's license has your height.
Strangely enough.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know if actual driver's licenses here have them, but my provisional license doesn't have my height.
Both my provisional permit and my driver's license do.
Oh,
I think it might be just based on our state because we're a super weird state, but no, yeah.
But you're what, 6'2"? And you've been 6'2" since
start of high school.
How old would you have been?
15.
See, I've been 5'4" now, maybe since I was about 15, 16. I think is when I stopped growing as well. Well, I stopped growing and I started growing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm not happy about it. You know, I want more height.
Mentally, I feel like there's plenty of room to like still develop and learn. You know what I mean? Like
mentally, I think I could use a couple more years to, you know, get a bit
things.
wiser.
Yeah.
Word it like that.
Yeah. I'm embracing the fact that I'm not young, but like reckless. I don't know. I'm embracing the fact that I can do rational things. Like I don't know.
You're 18, 19, like, enjoy it. Because, like, honestly, it feels like everything is an existential crisis once you hit 20.
Oh, God. I've had I feel like alright. I've had multiple anxiety attacks in the past. There was at a point I would have maybe 2 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And, they start kind of reoccurring in the past couple months. Nothing major, nothing I can't handle, but every time it just feels like I want to change something about my life. I don't know why, but like on my Twitter account, every time I would have an anxiety account, an anxiety attack, I would change my profile picture. I would change my bio.
So that's a good way for me to tell if you're
if I'm down bad.
Yeah, if you're not good, just to make sure to check the profile picture, and if it's changed, then check up on him.
I mean, I don't know. It's super weird. Not that we can really go out and enjoy our age right now. Shout out the pandemic. But I don't know. I'm sure, like, I have my own pending thoughts or pending doom on myself about that stuff, but...
Mm-hmm. How would you have celebrated turning 18 if you could? I mean, well, I suppose not that you could have celebrated to the extent that I would have celebrated, because you still have... you still can't even drink yet.
Yeah, I mean... I hate parties. I think personally, I think birthday parties are just I don't know. I don't vibe with them. Like I'll go to a birthday party.
Birthday
celebrate
party
that
in what
person.
sense? Like how? Like explain to me. Set the scene, because you say a birthday party might be completely different kind of party.
Okay, true. So a birthday party. Okay, a birthday party is like fucking decorations. Like matching decorations, a theme birthday party, like tabletops, fucking.
That you would have as a kid.
I guess, but like even as we were growing up for like anniversary parties and stuff, there were still like anniversary parties, graduations, alumni, all that stuff had themed decorations and shit like for the school. I hate that stuff. I hate
For
it.
the school, why is your school having parties?
They have dances. They have dances and stuff, like they have like little get-togethers, like prom or whatever. But like,
what? But they just do it a bunch of times. That doesn't exactly make it special anymore.
right?
They're just like,
exactly.
oh, they're making me dance and dress up again. Great, it's the 5th one this year.
They do it for Halloween. They do it for Christmas. They did it for New Year's one time. They do it for Easter sometimes. Not anymore because it's more of a religious thing.
I would start to get pissed off if people kept asking me. I'd be like, I did one last week. Leave me alone. I don't want to dance anymore. I've danced 5 times this year with you.
I went to the fall one because I have a fall dance at our middle school. And I went to one because I didn't really get to go to any dances like that. But at the time, my girlfriend got me to go with her. And it was just super awkward. Everybody was just sitting around. I had loud music playing in the gym. It was just super awkward. So, like, in that sense...
Then I understand why you don't like parties. That sounds boring as hell. I'm sorry, you've not been to a party then?
Well, I mean, no, obviously not. But, like, okay. For instance, if I were to celebrate my birthday the way I wanted it to, it would have probably just been hanging out with my IRLs, just chilling. I didn't do anything for my birthday last year. Nothing at all.
I didn't do anything this year. Well, no, I celebrated the only way that I could,
Right.
which was a drunk Just Dance stream, because there was really nothing else we could have done. I would have wanted to go to clubs. I've yet to celebrate my birthday like in a I guess in a big way. Being able to like go out and drink with my friends at all. I didn't celebrate my 18th like that. I wanted to celebrate my 19th like that. Pandemic happened when I turned 19 and I was back home with my dad, so we didn't really do anything. Then my 20th, which was this year, nothing again, just a drunk Just Dance stream because clubs still weren't open. So I'm still technically 18 years old. I don't turn 20 until the 21st of June.
For real.
Yeah.
I felt that.
I'll celebrate them
that.
both then.
Yeah. I mean, might as well. I think the ideal image of a birthday for me is just like not going out and getting fucked up or anything, but like just getting turned. You know what I mean? Just like getting turned up, having a good time. However that is to each individual. Like I think that's
I don't like
ideal.
I don't get I've never gotten drunk to the point where I like can't walk or
oh no, that's not what I was
trying
to. That's not what I was trying to.
Or, oh okay. Because like there's nothing. I mean, well, I used to not drink, but like I would say being drunk on a night out and being like wasted is very different.
Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't drank, but
right. From someone who now drinks and used to not drink, they are very different. Because like at least when I'm drunk, I know where I am. I'm having a good time. I just don't really think or care about the things that I once cared about. Sometimes does it mean that I like, overshare or I open my big mouth a little bit too much? Sure. But it also means like I don't care if I look like an idiot, so I'm a lot funnier because I'm not restricting myself to, oh my god, what if this person sees and judges? Like I just don't care about little shit like that anymore.
Yeah. who's out? If there was a way you could celebrate, like it's not a specific birthday, but like a one way that you want to experience your birthday or have your birthday, how was that? Like a bucket list birthday type of thing.
What, as in like stuff that I would want to do, or just one way that I would want to celebrate my birthday before I can't celebrate no more birthdays?
Yeah, that type of
God, this is going to sound really, really sad. Just with someone that I love romantically. Just, you know, me, them, appreciating each other's company. It doesn't need to be something big. I'm pretty easy to please in that regard. I'm also a little bit of a hopeless romantic at heart, so like I think my most ideal way would be like a weekend getaway somewhere nice and cold, plenty of snow, nice log cabin, and then watching the stars at night.
That's not sad.
That
not
would
sad
be
at all.
Yeah, that would be mine.
Fuck yeah, kick back. You know what I mean? Don't gotta be nothing big and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I also want to get like part of me is also like I want to experience one wild birthday. Like because I feel like for me, just to tick it off the bucket list, I want, you know, most of my birthdays have been rather reserved.
Right.
Or, you know, they've never been like crazy. So I think I would just want 1 year where I just like drinking the whole time, just like, you know, just absolutely crazy. Just to say that I've done it, but if I haven't done it by the time I'm like 23, then I'm just not going to do it, because
fair enough.
At that point, like, it's time to grow up now. I can't be getting drunk like that anymore, you know?
True.
It gives me 3 years. God,
I mean, 3 years is a
existential
long
crisis
time,
again. No, it's not.
Oh boy.
It's really not. I've already lived here for 2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
Yes, exactly. So that's 3, almost. Yeah.
I kid you not. I was on Instagram.
Existential crisis mode again. Oh God, I'm growing up so quickly.
No. All right. Last night I was on Instagram because I was going through some, like, I was just clearing old chats and stuff, and just clearing up my old Instagram. And I looked, and I messaged you 84 weeks ago. How's university? And you sent me a picture, and you said you're having the funnest time of your life. And I'm like, no chance. Like, that was 84 weeks ago. No chance.
And now it
blew me away.
Hate it. But I blame COVID for that.
Fair enough. So that's almost.
But if, like, in all honesty, the time of my life was the social aspect and the partying. I cannot say that I woke up any single morning and thought, oh yeah, I got a lecture today. I love my
learning.
Life. Yeah, I've never woke up and thought, learning. Have I woke up and thought, oh yeah, tonight I'm gonna get hammered and like it's gonna be so much fun.
Straight floored, dude.
Never straight floored. See, I've never thrown up from being drunk. This one time almost, it was Halloween and I kept gagging. So I went to the bathroom, but nothing happened. I was fine. But I then kept gagging on the way home. I was never sick. So mission accomplished, I guess. So yeah, I've never been sick. I've been like blackout drunk once, and it was in the safety and comfort of my own home. My dad's home, not even like it was here. Like I was the safest possible place that I could be.
Right.
And I've never been like, I can't walk drunk, or like forget where I am, or like forget my name, or just, you know.
Yeah.
Heather can somewhat function still.
I wonder if that's like, I mean, I guess I'm assuming at this point, I wonder if that's exaggerated to any remark. Like, I wonder how extreme it can get.
What, being drunk?
Yeah. I'm curious. I mean, I'm never going to go, like, just figure out, but I'm curious.
I mean, people can get bad. People can get real bad. Especially since people can get really aggressive. You have to be careful, I suppose, especially as someone who has never drank or at least gotten drunk before. Like, when I first started drinking, I suppose the one thing that really put me off drinking was not so much the getting drunk. It was never the feeling the things that I would feel. I never felt, this is going to sound really weird, I never felt close enough or comfortable enough around the people that I had in my life to feel like I could safely be that vulnerable.
Okay.
So it was more of a distrust thing from the circle that I had. It's more like if I get really, really drunk, do I actually really trust that these people are going to be able to take care of me, and like that I'm not going to have to just worryingly figure this all out for myself in a not ideal state. But it wasn't until university and I started, like, I was living with these people, so at this point I was like, as I guess trusting as you could be. So that's when I started to like drink more, and I got drunk for the first time. It was never like the typical British teenager experience on drinking is like you go in a field at the age of 14, 15 and get hammered on really sweet low percentage alco pops with your friends.
Oh
I never
God.
had that. I never had that experience. The first time I was ever drunk was 18, and it was on a night out, and I'd gone to, like, we had pre-drinks in the kitchen, and then we'd gone to a nightclub. But yeah, like, just, like, I'm glad I did it that way, though, because I knew when I did it that I could, like, trust.
Yeah.
That I would be
wasn't,
okay.
Like, I guess assuming back then if you went out in the field and popped a couple of them, like, it's a different sense. Like, you shouldn't be at that time.
Well, it wasn't even so much the, like, popping it in a field. It was just so much, like, even in a club environment, like, because I probably could have gone clubbing at 18, but, like, when I first turned 18 before I moved to university, if I'd, like, gotten my ID sorted in time and stuff like that. But I wasn't close enough with anyone at the time where I just felt comfortable doing that, or I suppose like comfortable getting drunk like that, because I had never experienced what getting drunk felt like. I was just sort of like, I don't want to experience this around people that I don't really trust, because I don't know how I'm going to feel or how I'm going to act. So it was more of like needed to get over it, and then it was fine, because once I realised what feeling drunk felt like and what I was like drunk, now I don't care who I'm around drunk. Well, no, that sounds bad. I'm, like, I have no problem going up drunk to people in a club and like just talking and making random friends in the smoking area when my friends are out having a smoke. That's quite common. Like, you'll just see a stranger, you'll just start talking and make friends and stuff like that. But see, like, before I started drinking, I would never imagine that I would do something like that, because I would think like, oh, I can't trust these people, I'm drunk. Ugh. And then I realised it's not actually that deep, and I need to stop worrying so much, because it's not this big, scary, I'm not in control thing that people made it out to be. It was very much my perspective of what it was going to be like was completely different to the experience, and it was like more someone scared me into thinking it wasn't going to be how it was.
That's kind of, in a different sense.
I don't know who, though. I think school and
Probably.
the no drugs, no drinking kind of shtick, because they're all like, oh, you're going to feel this bad after you drink alcohol, and you're going to come down off of every single drug. I mean, like, probably, I don't know. I don't really
maybe
touch
majority of
drugs.
the hard ones, yeah, but not
the hard ones. But like, see, and there I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a come down if I smoke a bit of weed, and then I'm thinking, Heather, come on, that's dumb talk.
That's a little bit. That's
yeah,
it's a little extreme.
Like, now that I have done it and I know what it's like, I'm like, bruh, why were you so afraid, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's a disconnect over here because there's like a disconnect between, I won't call them delinquents, but like kids that aren't really this, like, the goody two shoes, whatever.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Teacher's pet,
So,
kind of.
Right. We had the DARE program. I forgot what it stands for. God forbid if I remember it. But we all went to a class. So it was mandatory almost that we all went to a class to teach us about drug and alcohol safety, and it was just literally to bash it in our heads about how bad it was. And I mean, fair enough. the hard drugs, opioids, they didn't directly come out and say, oh, cocaine,
party
heroin.
drugs, cocaine, ecstasy, stuff like that.
Right, they didn't mention none of that.
Chemically manufactured ones.
Thank you. It was generalized into that.
Mm-hmm.
So majority of that was grouped together with alcohol and weed, and of course it was legal over here at the time. And
Weed or
weed, weed, and majority of the heavy chemical drugs that weren't underground.
The synthetic ones, like I don't know if you guys have God, what is it? It's synthetic weed.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. People were talking about that before it got legalized over here. I remember that.
Because that's been made illegal here. It was legal, but then a spice.
I don't know. I remember hearing some people talk about it. However, like I said, it created like a fear, but this like image that it's bad. Don't do this. It's bad. So like when we grew up and we were getting around kids that were drinking or smoking cigarettes or whatever, it's like they're bad kids. That was like I'm kind of slowly losing that, and I just see it as whatever. I mean, if you're doing hard drugs, I really don't care to mess with you. That's the type of thing. Like I don't. But like if you're just like having a drink and you're not like, doing it out of the wrong intentions, fine. But like, I found myself not caring anymore like I used to. Like I think a lot of it reflects on how I've like experienced the world on both sides. Because I've been in the face of very bad and very good things on both sides of it. From very bad drinking, I've seen how it can make people very, very hateful. And I think that's probably my biggest turnoff for drinking is how hateful somebody can get. I hate that because I hate arguing.
I will say alcohol is not my favourite way to get turned. Like, I would much rather, this is just a personal preference, I would, like, if you were to offer me get stoned or get drunk, I would rather take get stoned.
Yeah, there's a difference between those two because
very, very
people
big.
are very calm, very not hyper aggressive, but they can be. At least in my experience, if I've experienced it in a bad way.
So, I am very much for correct education of children on drug use because I don't think that we teach it correctly. You're teaching it installing fear, and installing fear is not going to stop people from doing it because, what a shock. Like, I am a person, and I can say this, I sat here and I was like, I'm never going to do drugs, I'm never going to drink. Even if I go to uni, even no prayer pressure, blah, 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 I'm never going to do it. I ended up drinking because I just wanted to try it. Curiosity killed the cat, and it didn't kill me like you installed that fear into me like it would. The same with marijuana, because I got to kind of see more up close what it did to people before I made the judgment of if I wanted to try it. Like, it was never forced on me. It was my two of my housemates, flatmates from last year, they did it, and I would always like chill in the kitchen with them when they came back from a smoke, and I was like, it was so funny. They seemed so like chill, like they're not freaking, they're not bugging out. And one day I just thought, mind if I join you? And then they were like, yeah, sure. And they were like very, they talked me through like, don't smoke too much, like maybe just take a couple puffs, like, because you don't want to white you out, you don't want to blah blah blah. Like, but I think teaching, it's very important to teach kids and then let them make that decision when they get to that age, instead of just installing fear into people, because fear is not it's not helping. It doesn't fix anything, it doesn't solve anything, because I was fearful of doing it at one point. Now what like, do I go snorting coke on the weekend? No, but no. Like, I also know people that do that, and I'm like, would I do it? No. Do I have a problem if someone else does it? No, because it doesn't affect me. I don't really care. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I don't care. I'm not going to stop talking to someone because they do coke. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make them a bad person because they want to do some drugs.
Yeah. Very true.
Especially, I think, I think it also differs in, like, drug culture in the UK and the US are very, very different from what I've seen. Drug culture, I think, here is a lot less, like, oh my god, they're doing drugs! You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of common to hear, someone's sniffing ket in the back room while you're at a house party, or cocaine, or they're doing a bunch of pills, and nobody really batters an eyelid, like it's just a common weekend with the lads kind of thing for most people,
right?
And so again, I just think,
it's dependent on you. If you're going to go somewhere and know that's going to go on and then try to, you know what I mean? That's completely out of place. You know what I mean? Like, you're going somewhere and try to change
what?
It. Like, try to,
me trying to be like, no, don't do that.
No, I'm not talking about you, but I'm just talking about, like,
in general, if people were to, like, go and,
I mean, because, like,
people here wouldn't do that anyway. People are just sort of, like, do whatever. But I used to be like that. I used to kind of be how you were, like, people who smoke marijuana, I don't want to be friends with people like that. I'm a stoner myself now. Like, I think it was a really ignorant way of living, and I don't understand why I was so judgmental and almost this, like,
yeah, I'm in it more towards the hard drug stuff.
Like, yeah. But, like, in general, like, for me, I was very much like, I don't, like, I'm on my high horse, like, people that touch drugs, delinquents, and they only cause trouble, and, like, they have no respect for people, or, like, all these just really stupid assumptions just because people, like, people smoked a bit of pot, and now I'm just like, so what? Like, if I smell it in the street and I'm walking past, I'm thinking, well, good idea. Like, I'm not thinking, that's disgusting, why would somebody do that? Being really judgmental. Because I was like that, and I think that, if anything, is the thing that I'm most ashamed of, because there's no justifying why I should have been that judgmental towards it in any way.
Exactly. That's how I felt about a lot of things growing up myself. But it was out of
fear. Fear of, like, but there's all these bad side effects and you're still doing this to your body, not realizing, like, if you smoke a bit of pot, you're still fully in control of your inhibitions. You're not, like, it's not like you're hallucinating and seeing stuff, so it's not like you're going to get yourself in a dangerous situation like you would if you're on psychedelics, which I also have never touched, for the record. They kind of scare me, to be honest.
What are you talking about?
I
like,
wouldn't,
like, not edibles,
I wouldn't be
but, like,
opposed, but, like, at the same time, I don't know, I would just worry about a bad trip too much.
Fair enough.
Because the possibility is there for that. So I just wouldn't want to see anything horrid.
Fair enough. I think the only thing that would turn me away from, like, just whether that be drinking or LSD or whatever in general, it would be, like, my anxiety, because I'm not very paranoid, but my anxiety is very high.
Right.
And I'm scared if I were to drink, I would blab. Not only would I blab, but I would start getting I would have a bad anxiety attack. Because I've never had a terrible one. I do remember a couple occasions where they got really bad, but I'm scared it would just make it worse because I would overthink even more, which I don't want to experience.
Right.
And then again, like you said with psychedelics.
See, I wouldn't touch LSD. I wouldn't do tabs of acid. No. The thought of that, I just hear a lot of horror stories about bad 10-hour trips on acid, and that sounds terrifying. Or the fact of, if you look at yourself in a mirror while you're on acid, like, it can really F with you bad and, like, make you feel really just and and like see things on yourself. Like it can, if you've had body dysmorphia, then it's going to really play up that as well. Shrooms, see, natural, au natural, plant, you know, things that already exist on the earth that other species consume or have been consumed or used in some way for a long time. I'm not interested in any sort of synthetic, chemically made stuff because I know that that is going to be nothing but bad for you.
Right.
But more natural things, which is why I'm so heavily in favour of legalising marijuana here in the country. I think it would do wonders. It's, firstly, completely unrelated note, but it is great for taxes. Can I just say, it's a huge opportunity to get a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean it can be used in many ways too. It can be used as cooking
medicinal.
Oil. Fuck.
I've
heard people using it to make clothes as well. I'm not sure how they would do that.
The use of hemp is not banned. It's just the use of the flower, marijuana. So like
over here it was all banned.
there are legal cannabis farms in the UK, but they must destroy their flower. They cannot have the thing that makes you high. Otherwise, it's a drug, so you're possession of drugs. So they have to burn it all and waste it. But I would love to live on that farm because you just walk outside while they're burning a whole crop pile, and you just have to stand there and just
get a contact. See. Growing up, drugs were not, like, marijuana, drugs were not really pushed on us to be bad. I mean, they were. But, like, marijuana was one of those exceptions. And, like, it was like, there's potential with this, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unlike everything else, there is a lot of potential with this. It's not a drug. It's what it is, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. But, they were so open with us about it. I had a Lego... No, but growing up... My Lego characters had a weed store, I guess. I don't know what you call it. It was like a drugstore, not a drugstore, but like a store you could get cigarettes at, and a tobacco store. Fuck. Like
we don't have tobacco shops here.
You don't? No.
No, they just sell cigarettes at like grocery store.
See, over here, there's like
or
two
like
different
corner
types.
shops. I guess convenience store, you guys call them.
Yeah. Over here, we have like these shops specifically that like there's the ABC and there's tobacco shops. So it'll be named something relating to tobacco, and they'll be super run down. And no, but yeah, my Lego characters had like a tobacco shop to sell weed. I mean, I never like imitated my character smoking it. I never knew what it was about. I was a kid, so like. They just had this shop here with like green plants in it. That's it. So
you sure it wasn't just a florist?
No, in my Legos, no, because I remember putting fucking most of our tobacco shops, they have gates on the windows. I specifically remember making the gates as windows, or the windows as gates. So like it was like this super sketchy ass building with like it's in the middle of my Lego City. There was a hot shop.
My Lego City, just this rundown drug den.
I might still have it. I'm not really sure.
My Lego drug den.
It sounds super bad. I was told never to tell anybody about it.
Now you're telling everybody.
I mean, what are they gonna do? You know what I mean?
That's true.
It was my imagination. No one influenced me to do it. I don't know. I'm not opposed to ever like. I doubt I'll ever smoke, but it's like you said that before. I don't know what holds me when I live on my own. I don't know what holds out for me when I live on my own. May I drink? Maybe.
I will say personally, like, living on your own will make you more... I mean, it might make you more open-minded to it, because another restriction of mine is, as much as I love my parents and I wouldn't, like, I'm not nervous to get drunk around them or whatever, like, I just... You know, for the first time, that's not how I wanted to. I don't know. I don't want to say I felt uncomfortable at the thought of it, but like, in a way, I also just did. because I
it-
wanted to experience the thought of like getting drunk, and like if I didn't like it, I would be around peers my age who kind of have already done it. Whereas I feel like if I do it around my parents, it's like I don't know, it was almost like I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So I couldn't get over that almost. Like before university, we would me and my dad were trying to determine if there were any boozes that I like, just so that I had something as a drinking option before for when I had freshers and stuff. And I could feel myself like, I don't want to say I wasn't starting to get drunk, but I was worried that I was going to get drunk. Because I didn't want to get drunk at that moment. And my dad was like, it's fine, you know, if you get drunk, you're 18, like, you know, and it's not like you're going anywhere. And I was like, I know, but like, I just, here.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I can't quite explain it other than I wanted my first time to be around my peers. I felt like it's less pressure that way. Because if I have a bad time getting drunk and then, like, my parents have to see that, I wouldn't want them to see that.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess it would be kind of embarrassing for your parents to see not completely shit-faced, but, like, shit-faced, regardless.
But yeah, like, I was kind of a golden child. Like, I always try to behave myself, and I was very, like, fearful of authority, so I never chat back or anything like that. And like, I was, you know, generally pretty much like a teacher's pet at school. Like, I was pretty much a big nerdy kiss ass. Someone said I was really, it made me God, I don't remember the word, but the word explains a really just boring by the book person. So like, when a friend of mine from back in secondary school found out that I smoke now, she was like, yeah, you were so dull. And I was like,
you have to say it like that.
Wow.
Come on.
And she was like,
no,
no, not like dull as in like boring, because you were funny, but also you were just so scared of everything and to just experience life. Because I was a total like, I won't do this because I'll start overthinking. What if this happens? What if this happens? Like, very, very bad. Now I'm like, I've sort of started to get over it. I think living on my own has helped a lot, because now I'm sort of like, I will just sort of go for a walk to get supplies at 11 o'clock at night. The thought of that 2 years ago would scare the hell out of me. The thought of walking in the dark would scare the hell out of me. And I would constantly check behind me, and I know for a lot of women that's still a common thing, very like touchy subject. But for me, I've not, touch wood, had to deal with any sort of unwanted attention like that. So that fear is kind of gone a little bit, because I've had too many successful runs now, almost, that it's not a worry for me. Almost.
Yeah, it's like, it's not habit, but it's like,
yeah, but like, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like in the sense of a habit, you know,
like,
that
I'm
kind of
used
confident.
to walking out in the dark now by myself, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've gone on a bit of a tangent from dreams.
Yeah, I did want to mention something though,
Okay.
because not that I ever would, however, I would like to experience a trip. Just a trip.
Psychedelic trip.
Yeah, I mean, it may be a little bit extreme, but like, I would like to know what it was like. If it was safe.
No, I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Because people talk about this, it being this like wonderful and magical thing, and I can't imagine just seeing things that aren't there. Like, I can't visualize it, and so I would need to see it for myself.
Yeah, and the way that I've heard it described, it's super real, and I'm like, that's...
Yeah.
All right. It may be strange, and that's fine. I'm not saying I'm going to, but, like, at least once in my life, I would like to know what it was like. Not saying I'll ever do it, Mom, don't freak out.
I mean, if I, from the knowledge that I know that I've been given from other people who have done it, I personally would say shrooms over acid.
Yeah, I would never do acid. But
okay.
I've heard way too many bad stories about acid anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't, I think if I were mentally in a bit of a better place, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. If I had a sober buddy, that would be my thing. So, realistically, if I'm being 100% honest, here would be the perfect area because Corey, one of my housemates, he wouldn't do it. So he would be the sort of designated, because he doesn't smoke. So, he wouldn't ever do anything like that. So he would be the designated smart sober one. He's also just sort of, I guess, father figure of the house anyway. He kind of takes care of everything that needs taken care of and stuff like that. And so, yeah, he would be the sober one. I'd give him my keys and I'd be like, do not let me out of this house. And then that would be it.
For me,
but realistically, I think I would just lock myself in here and see what weird things I would see in this office.
Wait, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. No, for me, I think I would want to be a little bit older and a little bit more. I'm mentally stable, but stable in life, confident in what I'm doing, where I'm going, type of thing. Because right now, it's very I know I'm going to school or whatever, but I would want to be stable on my own and again with somebody that was experienced, or you know what I mean, because I feel if I can not correct the wrongs inside myself but dissolve the worry, it would probably be better that way.
I honestly think part of dissolving the worry is just finding a group of people that you would be comfortable enough doing it with. If I'm
no, I mean
honest.
Life worries. I'm scared my mind would affect it, my anxiety or my fears, or where I'm at right now in life and where I'm going, that fears me, that terrifies me, and I don't want something negative to to influence it.
Well, I think one also important point to make is if you go into it already feeling negative or worried, or you're gonna trigger these feelings more, which is it's kind of harder to say than say, I guess. Don't freak out, you're about to do hallucinogens. I mean, I wouldn't know, because I'm also terrified of doing them, because there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't want to see that I think my brain being an asshole would just be like, hey, do you remember this? And I'd be like,
you remember that trauma? Pop!
Or it'd be it'd bring up the chupacabra and I would be terrified.
Oh my god. They're gonna hit me with Bigfoot or a gorilla and be like, yeah, you remember this childhood fear? Eat it. I'm like,
I think if I saw Bigfoot, I'd be like, hi.
I'd be trying to dab the Bigfoot up, bro. You know what I mean? Trying to dab Bigfoot up. You don't know what dabbing someone up is?
No.
It's kind of like a handshake, but
I'll
show you afterwards.
I thought you were about to be like,
no, not like that. But
why would, to each their own Bigfoot, I guess.
No. It's basically just making I don't know how to explain it, but stab Bigfoot up. Big man. Oh my god. Big man
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, we're getting close to our end point, so I don't mean to rush us along, but we're getting close to our time limit, so I just an ending point. Any weird interesting dreams to get us back onto topic that you've had in the past that you just want to share? It can be funny, weird. It can be scary, just anything you think is really interesting, peculiar, that you dreamt and want to talk about it.
Growing up, I don't know if it was a dream or a lie I've been told, but in the old house that I lived in, my mom in the upstairs had a closet. Now, in that closet, there was a doorway for like ventilation, I guess. I'm not really sure what it was for. Majority of our closets had it though, and like you open up and there was like this aluminum that ran down. I'm not too sure what it was for. I'm pretty sure it was for the ventilation. But I vividly remember my dad one morning. I remember the time, strangely enough. It was 5:40 in the morning. Yeah, it was vividly like, I remember 5:40 in the morning. I remember it was dark. And that closet light is such like, it's a zzz type of thing. It's a nostalgic feeling to me, but I remember seeing my dad get in that ventilation shaft and go into our garage. Like it was a tunnel. And I remember asking my mom
Your
about
dad vented. Dad sus.
No. No. See, I remember waking up the next day and I was like asking my mom, did Dad go down your closet to the garage? And her giving me the weirdest look.
Like, are you good?
I cannot explain to you the disappointment when I realized that our fucking closet ventilation was not a giant slide.
Oh. I imagine how fun that'd be. Just zoom.
I think that's what, like, I think a lot of that is what's inspired me to like do very creative things like up until this point, like different creative things. But no, what's your most interesting, weird, vivid dream you can remember?
Okay, you're going to need to give me some time to think on this one because it's been a while since I've had a dream. So I sometimes have these things where like something will happen in a dream and then the next day things will sort of happen that kind of make me feel a bit weird about the dream that I just had. So one example, a couple nights ago, I had a dream that I was back playing COD like competitively, and it was a 1v4 situation on Search and Destroy, and I needed to clutch up, and I clutched up and everyone went crazy and like it was being watched, like I was streaming the tournament, and then the next day I get asked to compete in varsity for Call of Duty.
Oh, I remember seeing your Snapchat story about that. Okay,
and I was so confused. Then I had a dream last night and it involved like, well, it didn't involve, but like someone from my school was there.
Right.
And like we don't talk often or at all really. Like I've spoken to her maybe like a couple times in the last couple years. And like this dream was last night and she's been messaging me all day.
Huh. So 2 for 2 like, in the past couple weeks.
Yeah. Not even past couple weeks, like this has been a week. Period.
Oh, that's right. Alright, just one really quickly. Have you ever been playing a game and got so into the game that you like feel like you're in it? Not like once you like look away, it's like, oh wait. You know what I mean? Like if I've ever focused on a game, I can't see anything around the game. I don't know what it is, but if I'm playing a video game and I'm sitting here and I'm playing, I'll just dive so in depth that like I can't see anything outside of the screen unless it's sudden. Like if somebody was to open my door, I would notice it. Mm-hmm. That's like my snap back into reality for me. It's like shit type of thing.
See, for me, that doesn't happen, but I will subconsciously say like Rainbow Six Siege or a game like that. Like I'll subconsciously lean and move towards the side that I'm looking. I also do it with like dodge. Yeah, like I do it with cars as well. Like if we're doing driving games, I'll turn my controller while I'm steering.
God, I used to do it with Mario Kart. Yeah. Don't worry, that little remote.
Yeah.
The little steering wheel.
Yeah, but I just do it with a PlayStation controller. Wait, so like I'll just so like if I'm driving in GTA, I'll just like drive like this. Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's good. Laugh away.
No, yeah. I think that's gonna do it for this week. We've talked on many of different things. Dreaming, lucid dreaming, drug trips, drugs. we spent a
Sleep
little bit talking about
paralysis.
drugs, but yeah. What's our next topic? What's next week's topic?
Religion.
Yeah, that should be an interesting one, especially coming from a non-religious person to a religious person. Well,
Guess who's who?
yeah. No, yeah, we're gonna be talking about religion next week, so
A topic we will be treading carefully on, obviously, but
of course, in all respect.
But there's a lot to depict with religion. There's a variety, so yeah, it will be good to become more educated on that.
Again, if you guys are new or continue to support, be sure to leave us a like rating down below. Be sure to comment and follow us at our Spotify and our Twitter. Both of those links will be in the description below. They'll be the top links.
If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell if you never, ever, ever want to miss an episode. New episodes going out every single Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. British Standard Time, or British Summer Time. I'll get it right one day.
We'll figure it out. We're still working on that. How do we end it? Fuck, I shouldn't have kept talking.
And with that being said, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys next week.